So DJI have just released a new firmware update and it comes with a new Fly update as well. Fixes some issues, new features, there's a lot to get through. Let's get straight into it. So we haven't seen an update for a while now, but it's good to see that we now have a new firmware update and Fly update, which hopefully addresses some of these issues. So the latest DJI Fly update is 1.19.4 and the firmware update for the Mini 5 Pro is 01000400. Now you will need to go and update that. If you have the RC2, just go into your profile, click on About and then click Check for Update and update that first of all before you go and update any firmware that might come on the home screen. And if you have the DJI Fly app on your phone, make sure that is also updated to the latest one on iOS or Android. Otherwise, you won't be able to use your features, especially on the new DJI Neo 2. So there's quite a lot to get through. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's start on the Mini 5 Pro. Now, if you remember on the Mini 5 Pro, I did a video talking about the Spotlight mode. Spotlight is a tracking feature that we've had for years now, and it gives you really smooth cinematic results. Basically, you drag a box around something, it could be you or a building, you handle the drone movements with these flight sticks, and the drone will handle all the camera panning for you. And together, it gives you this fantastic result. However, when you switch to Cine mode, which normally you should be using the most in Spotlight, it just doesn't work. When I was testing the Mini 5 Pro before it was launched, it wasn't working, but I thought, oh, as soon as it gets released, it will start working then via firmware. It didn't. Hence why I did that video with the aim to get this fixed. So let's see if it has. So if we drag a box around this, in normal mode, it would work fine. But if I switch to Cine and when it was in bypass mode, the drone just wouldn't move. It wouldn't work at all. So I've got it on Cine, it's in bypass, and as I now move on that left and right stick, the drone is moving really good. But I also want to test it in Cine mode when the sensors were switched to brake and also sensors off, and it is working great. Even using different frame rates like 4K 60, it's working absolutely spot on. And if we drag a box around this, switch it to vertical mode, it's back in Spotlight under Cine with bypass selected, and it is working great. So as regards to Spotlight mode, that issue which we've had ever since this drone has been released is now fixed. And also, as mentioned before, these obstacle avoidance sensors on the drone, you can actually go and view them when the drone's in the air. So you have an obstacle avoidance camera in the bottom left hand corner. And this is really handy, especially when you're flying in places where there's loads of trees in that area, or you could be flying through a tight space, tight gaps. Rather than looking just out of the camera onto your controller, you can look out of these vision sensors, really handy. Now if we make this screen larger, you can select any of the direction cameras by clicking on them, but if you press and hold, it will lock that view. So I can fly in any direction and it will be locked to that view as well. This is great. So I can fly backwards and I get this rear view on the screen all the time. Now don't forget, you can also press and hold on the screen and then you can drag this sensor view anywhere on that screen, just drop it in place. So for example, you could have your compass and your sensor view on at all times. You could have your map and sensors on. And this is a really handy feature. It looks better now, it's a lot more responsive, and I use this all the time, especially when I'm flying through tight spaces, just being able to actually look at the side view or that rear view just to make sure I'm not going to hit anything. Now, as for other features on the Mini 5 Pro, I went through the settings and there was nothing else I could see as regards to a new feature. What is weird though is that I did notice the max height was like 80 odd meters. So this is bizarre, but it does happen occasionally, especially with a firmware update. So go into your settings and just make sure everything is selected like it was before, especially the key ones, so your max height. So I'm going to change this back up to like 120 meters, 400 feet, my max height, my max distance, and also at the bottom where it says advanced safety settings, and just make sure it's actually set still to return to home. If you've got any customization buttons, just check that they're still the same, and under camera, if you're using D-Log M or normal, just select that back to what you would normally use. You don't want to get the drone in the air wasting battery and then realize, oh, why are all my settings wrong? So just have this on place on the ground and actually go and check your settings first. And if you want more settings tips, don't forget I've got my own cheat sheets on my website. We go through all of these settings in full detail. You can keep them with you all the time on your phone, or you can get them in a physical book like this that you can keep in your drone bag. Show you how to get the best results out of these drones. And these are a great gift for Christmas. You can get this as a standalone book, either for the Mini 5 Pro, the Mini 4 Pro, the DJI Air 3S, or you can get it as a combination pack, which comes with the ultimate drone moves. And if you do want these in time for Christmas, just get on these straight away, especially if you live outside of the UK. We offer international shipping, tracked options as well, so go and check these out at the top of the description. Now I did notice on the menu as well, it said battery strategy or new battery strategy, something like that. So I did let the battery run down, but I didn't notice anything different whatsoever. The low battery return message comes on, so then you have the option to either accept it or to cancel it, and that drone just comes back to its home point that you've selected. Now I couldn't see anything different in the way this operated or any other options. Now if you did spot something, please correct me in the comments, but for me, I can't see how that has changed whatsoever. So let's have a look what else is new on this firmware and fly update. But before we do that, a quick message from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Audio. They have thousands of music and sound effects to choose from, all royalty free with unlimited downloads. And Link Match AI is really cool. So you can get your favorite song, just copy the link from say Spotify or YouTube and paste that into this software and it will find you similar sounding tracks, but then you can use them all royalty free without the fear of any copyright strikes, and they are super similar. And they've also introduced a new voices feature, so you can upload your own voice and choose from these professional voiceover artists to read it out for you.
You can filter by accent, gender.
You can filter by accent, gender, and record the voiceover directly on their website. The results are really impressive.
But not as impressive as the price.
So you can get currently on offer an unlimited lifetime plan for $199 with a link at the top of the description. That means you can get access as many times as you want, all license free for life. It's just an incredible offer. So if you want to go and check this out, it's all going to be linked at the top of the description with the discount codes and the link that you need to use. And you can go and actually sign up for free on this website, have a play around with the music, the sound effects, look at this new voices feature, play with the Link Match AI. It is really cool. So go and check it out at the end of this video. Okay, so the DJI Neo 2, make sure you've updated that DJI Fly update on your phone. As soon as you've done that, turn your drone on and you'll get an update asking you to update the firmware to the latest firmware. Now, once you've done that, you'll be able to access the features and control different features on here with your Apple Watch. This is super cool. Now, it's not just the DJI Neo 2. You can also do this on the DJI Neo. And also, who remembers this guy? This is the DJI Flip. Who's got one of these? But if you do have one of these and you still use it, I am joking, I do appreciate this, but I don't fly it nowhere near as much as like the mini drones, but I do like how I can fly it in different situations, like just with my phone, but now also my watch as well. Now for the watch, it does have to be a Series 8 or more, but all you do is once the drone is turned on, you can just go into your apps and you can scroll to your DJI Fly app, open that up and it will automatically connect to your Neo 2. So then once you've got the drone turned on and you open up this DJI Fly app, you can use your watch then as a real-time monitor. You can see exactly out of this camera view and I didn't notice any lag whatsoever. It's really impressive. So you could literally take the Neo 2, turn it on with just your watch. You don't need to take a phone or a controller, and then you can actually see exactly what that drone is seeing. But it's much more than that, because now you have the options to control different settings all from your watch as well. So you could switch to say direction track in the menu. You can change the height, the distance, the position of the drone. You can get access to quick shots, master shots. You can get it to take a selfie, take photos of you. And it also has a cycling mode, which is going to be great for cyclists. So you could take the drone off, get it to track you. So you could literally just look on your watch and see what that drone is seeing, and also change the position of that drone directly from your watch without stopping. This is going to be great. I can't wait to test this more. They've got a video coming on that really soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. But also, if you open up the DJI Fly app on your phone, you can see the real-time monitoring on your phone and get access to settings on a bigger screen, but it doesn't cut off the feed of the watch. So you could have the DJI Fly app on your phone for that live monitoring and also on your watch at the same time. It doesn't cut that feed off. And I also tested it on the DJI Flip as well with my Apple Watch, and this works great as well. Have access to the same settings. I can go and change different modes on here and have it at different positions when it's tracking me. So if you have a DJI Flip, 100% update this and test it out if you have an Apple Watch. Now, unfortunately, one thing it doesn't bring to the DJI Neo 2 is the ability when you're using the app to change some of the camera settings. So you can't switch it from normal to D-Log M. I'm not sure if that feature will ever come. That could be a limitation of the camera, but that would be really cool. But something which I'm sure they could add is the ability to change the sharpness on this drone. Now, if you use a controller with your DJI Neo 2, you do have access to the sharpness and the noise reduction settings, and you can reduce them. But if you use a DJI Fly app to control this, in the settings, it just isn't there. I'm sure that can be added. It makes no sense why it's on the RC controller but not on the DJI Fly app on the phone. So that'd be really good if you can add that so we have access to just reduce that sharpness. And then overall, the DJI Neo 2 is a really cool drone, much better than that DJI Neo, just for the camera quality alone. So this really is a good update, especially if you have the Apple Watch. It's good to be able to control these without taking a phone with you, no controller. You can literally get this to follow you, to track you, all from your watch. And if you like using spotlight mode on your DJI Mini 5 Pro, then this is great. You can get back to using it again. Luckily on the Mini 4 Pro, the Air 3S and Mavic 4 Pro, they all work great in spotlight mode. It was just this guy, the Mini 5 Pro, but everything else is working spot on. So I hope you enjoyed that and you got some value out of it. If you did, just do me a favor, hit that like button. There's more videos still coming before the end of the year. And what have we got? A couple of weeks. So I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.